Hello students, welcome back to the class and many congratulations to all the class 10 students for the excellent result in the board examinations. Today we are going to continue with the topic of asexual mode of reproduction from the chapter number 8. In my previous video only we have discussed about the binary fission and the multiple fission, right? So all those students who haven't yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel because this chapter and further all chapters will be discussed in detail and explained in a proper manner on this channel, and it will be very helpful for you for the upcoming session of 21-22. So in asexual reproduction part 2, we are going to discuss about two modes of asexual reproduction: budding and spore formation. Okay, first of all we will talk about budding. The term budding comes from the process of bud formation. Okay, you might have heard about birds in the flowers, right? Here the organisms, they produce buds. So the most common organism that you have to study here is a single cell yeast. If you see, an yeast is a single celled fungus which is a eukaryotic cell. Generally we find that yeast cells are represented in a chain of cells, and what these are the buds of the yeast, and this is the parent cell from which the buds are rising. So this is about a single cellular organism which shows the bud formation, and these buds, once they get matured, means once they have the ability to produce new buds, they will again get detached from the body and again they will form the new chain of cells of their own. But not only the unicellular organism but multicellular organisms also show the bud formation, and one such example is seen in Hydra. Hydra is a kind of aquatic animal. It is an invertebrate and it falls under Coelenterata. These are the tentacles of the Hydra. From the body, this is the body of the Hydra, and from this particular portion you will find that buds arise. So from this lower body portion you will find many such outgrowths will be seen. These outgrowths are called as buds. Okay, and these buds, which grow in size on the body of that organism, they gradually get matured over this parent body itself, and when they take the shape of a small hydra over the parent body, they get detached from this parent body. ये यहाँ से detach हो जाते हैं, अलग हो जाते हैं. अलग होने के बाद they actually find their way across the water stream, and whenever they find any substratum, मतलब जहाँ पर भी उनको कोई support मिलता है grow करने के लिए, वहाँ पर वो settle हो जाते हैं, और settle होने के बाद they grow as a new hydra, and this is the parent hydra. So a parent hydra is able to give rise to many such buds, and these buds, when they grow, when mature, they form, they detach, and they grow into a new individuals, right? So this is a very simple process to understand how budding occurs. Okay, so it is a bud formation. Bud formation takes place on the parent body. Bud matures, then gets detached, then grow independently, right? So this is how bud formation take place, and examples I have given you. Hydra is for multicellular organism, and yeast is a fungus which is a only single celled organism. Okay, let's proceed further into spore formation. So the next one is the spore formation. Whenever we are talking about this spore formation method, we are going to talk about spores. What are these spores? They are asexually reproducing cells. They can grow into a new individual on their own under the favorable conditions. They require favorable conditions to grow. They are microscopic, very tough or resistant to chemicals. They can resist all the type of chemicals whichever they are encountering, so that they do not get disturbed, they do not get damaged very easily, right? So let us see how do they look like. They look like spherical structures, and they have a tough outer covering which protects them from all the environmental conditions. Inside that they will be having a nucleus, and the cytoplasm will also be there. And whenever the favorable conditions are there, here I am talking about the moisture, optimum temperature, organic matter. So these are the three favorable conditions for these spores to grow. Which kind of organisms actually show spore formation? Spore formation is shown by all the fungi, bacteria. So these are the two microorganisms actually. I am talking about the asexual mode of reproduction. So fungi and bacteria, they show spore formation. In fungi only we discuss this spore formation very commonly. Fungi, you will find that they are having the long thread-like structures like this, right? And upon these thread-like structures, which are called as the mycelium, these are the hyphae which grow as roots and they spread into the organic matter on which it is growing. Suppose this is a bread. So these hyphae will grow into the bread and they will be deriving nutrition out of it. On the top of these mycelium, you will find some spherical globular structures are present which are very woolly. So these cottony structures, woolen structures, they contain these spores. These are the blue dots are the spores which are present inside them. So let us label what are they. They are spores. Cottony globular structure is called as sporangium. So sporangium is what? Sporangium is a structure in which spores are produced. Sporangium are borne on the mycelium. So these spores are produced in the sporangium, and whenever the favorable conditions are there, their appropriate conditions are there, sporangium bursts open. Okay, sporangium bursts open and the spores are released outside in the air. So you'll find that we are all surrounded by so many spores of fungi. Because they're microscopic, we cannot see by our naked eyes. But these spores, whenever they get some favorable conditions, they grow onto that substratum. They fall on the substratum and they can grow upon that substratum. वो वहाँ पे grow कर जाते हैं. We are talking about the spore formation. So these spores, all these spores which are produced by a particular organism, a particular fungus, they all will be similar, right? So they will not be having any kind of variation. So when they will not be having any variation, all these spores will be producing the same kind of organism. Okay, and the nature of these spores can be both haploid and diploid. And remember, even if they are haploid and diploid, but they do not undergo meiosis, they only undergo mitosis, cell division. Because meiosis, cell division will definitely give rise to a kind of a reduced chromosome number, and that is involved in the formation of gametes. Okay, so here gamete formation does not take place, but the mitosis only continues the same type of genetic combination of these spores into other cells which are produced out of it. Out of these three factors which are present, suppose one of the factor is moisture and optimum temperature and organic matter. If suppose moisture and optimum temperature are available but organic matter available नहीं होता, तो क्या spores grow कर पाएंगे? तो spores को grow करने के लिए organic matter का होना भी जरूरी है, because moisture alone cannot help it. You have spread water on the table. This is a table, and you have spread water on the table, and you have provided temperature is already present. If spores grow upon this will not be able to grow into a new organism. Okay, but at the same time, if you put a bread upon this particular table, okay, and then you have provided the moisture and you have obviously providing the temperature to it, so this bread which is present over it, it is a organic matter. So organic matter जो है इसको grow करने में help करेगा, and that is why all the three factors are very, very important for the growth of the fungus, for the growth of these spores. And if the temperature, moisture and organic matter, all the three are absent, they are not available to them, these spores can stay for years together. Okay, they will be dormant. They will be inactive for years together. They will not grow into the new organism. In higher plants, we talk about the pollen grains and the egg, right? So these are also called as the spores. Pollen grains are called as the microspores. Egg is called as the megaspore. We will definitely talk about that in the plant reproduction when I will be talking about that particular topic. But spores उन्हें भी बोलते हैं, लेकिन ये वाले spores जो हैं ये asexually reproducing है, और pollen grains क्या हैं? They are the spores which require the fertilization process. So this is how I have detailed you with the process of budding and spore formation in this particular video lecture. I hope you have liked this content, and students, please watch this video till the end and subscribe to the channel, because this only gives me motivation to provide this kind of content to you. Okay, so please share this channel also, amongst your friends so that they can also get benefited from it, and I can reach out to the people across, Thank you very much for watching this video, and until next time, thank you for watching the video till this point. See you.